What's up, everybody? So look, I was invited to speak at a real estate meetup here in Charlotte with the real estate guru. I'm going to talk about creative financing today, and I wanted to bring you along. Let's get into it. So I came to the wrong location. It happens, part of life. So I got to go to the other Heist Brewery in Charlotte. And what do you say? What was the name of that location? Bell Arts or something like that. So we're in the wrong location right now. I'm on my way.
You're doing your thing.
Thanks, bro.
Yeah, you're
hey,
doing your thing.
I think we're in the wrong location though.
Word?
Yeah. He said it was another Heist Brewery, Bell Arts. I never even heard of it.
I'm gonna text him.
Okay.
I'm a commercial real estate developer.
Okay.
Yeah,
cool, man.
We building 20 townhouses out here in Mallow Creek.
My man.
So he had featured me on this channel.
That's what it was.
Yeah.
I saw you.
Yeah.
Congratulations, bro.
Appreciate you.
Yeah, man. I'm gonna see you over there.
All right, yeah, that's a bet.
Cool. Thanks,
All
man.
right, peace.
I need to search for this in the GPS on my phone, because sometimes you know how these cars they don't have updated GPS, and this car is a couple years old now, 3 years. So Heist Brewery, Bell Arts, that's what he says. 7-minute drive. So let's go. Let's get to it. I bet you a lot of people are gonna have this problem, because if I made the mistake, how many other people are gonna make the same mistake? The other day, this is my father. The other day I'm with my father, we get an oil change, and we start driving off.
Oh, the Beamer. Oh, I hear what you're saying now.
Yeah, the Beamer. As soon as we left the lot, we drove off halfway down the street. We doing about 20 miles an hour. The hood flew up and smacked the windshield. So obviously the hood wasn't fastened in after the oil change was done. So now, if you look at both corners of my BMW, you can see it's completely bent. So we got the insurance taking care of that. The spot is obviously, you know, they're trying to fight it, but it's their responsibility to fasten down the hood and everything like that. Whole point is I'm driving my wife's truck today because my BMW is in the shop getting fixed. So it is what it is. Sometimes you gotta do what you gotta do. So just to tell you a little bit about myself, I've been doing real estate since 2002. I've done more deals than I can count. And right now I'm just actively teaching people how to do the business while I'm continuing to do the business every single day. Now, I also built out a YouTube channel. We're about to approach 110,000 subscribers. Next slide. Appreciate it. Now, building a YouTube channel has been the hardest thing I've ever done, to be honest. It's just not easy. It takes consistency, just like with your real estate business, it takes consistency. Real estate is not an easy business at all. It's hard, but the rewards of staying in the business long-term will have a drastic effect on your life. It really will. So I own 2 companies, Mill Street Properties, as well as the Real Estate Investing Education Academy. I started Mill Street Properties in 2002, and I started the REI Education Academy in 2006. And I do this for a couple of different reasons. Next slide. I do it for my family. And it took me years to really figure out what my purpose was in real estate. At first I was doing it for the money. When you're young, you typically want to make money, right? You're young, you do business for the money. It took me years to really figure out why I wanted to do real estate, and it was, you know, after I got married, had some kids, I figured out it was really for time and freedom and family. And also to create generational wealth. I'm not sure if any of you watch any of my YouTube videos, but you'll notice I consider myself not as the real estate guru, I'm the family-oriented entrepreneur. So my daughter, and this is just an example of being a family-oriented entrepreneur. My daughter closed her first deal at 14 years old. She contracted this property in Greensboro for $25,000. It needed $20,000 in work. We didn't do anything to it. We turned around and sold it for a $13,000 profit. After closing costs and double closing and everything like that, she made 13 grand. 14 years old, making $13,000. So let's give her a round of applause for that. Next slide.
Before you move on, for those that's new, can you explain what double closing is?
Yes. And my camera guy in the back just told me I need to learn how to simplify things because sometimes I could talk over people's heads. So you got two ways to wholesale a house. Well, you got more than two ways, but two main ways to wholesale a house. You can assign a contract. How many people are familiar with assigning contracts? When you're looking to wholesale a house, what you're doing is you're taking control of a property through a contract. All right, so when you sign a contract, you control equitable interest. Do you know what equitable interest is?
I guess it doesn't hurt.
So you control you control the property. Let's just keep it simple. You can sell your control in that property for a profit, and you can assign rather than closing on a property with your own money. You can assign your contract to somebody else. So it's called an assignment of contract of sale. All right, now a double close means that you're gonna have to own the property for a short period of time. It can be 1 minute, it can be 10 days, it can be 30 days. Typically it's gonna be a lot shorter than 30 days. You're gonna double close, meaning you're gonna take ownership with cash, and then you're gonna sell the property right away. And that's gonna cost you closing costs on both ends. And if you borrow the money from somebody, it's gonna cost you that as well. Does that make sense? So for example, if I find a house, let's just say, using this house as an example, she contracted this property for $25,000, right? We could have easily made $15,000 in profit, but we double closed on it. And we paid $2,000 in closing costs. So that closing cost comes off of the profit, off of the top, and we walk away with that check. It was actually a little shy. It was like $12,900 and something dollars. I just rounded it up. So there's two things that we all want. We all want two things I personally discovered myself: time and freedom. And there's two ways to get it. You got active income and passive income. How many people are familiar with active income? How many people are familiar with passive income? If you're not familiar, let me know. Active income is wholesaling houses. You're actively working to get that money. Passive income is minimizing the amount of work that you have to put in order to get a check. So a rental property can be passive income. Make sense? You still might have to do something. That's why I say it minimizes. There's nothing that's 100% guaranteed to give you passive income. And there's three main ways to make money in real estate. Three main ways. You got wholesaling, and we're speaking in general terms. You got wholesaling, fix and flip, and you have buy and hold. And you can do any of these with new construction. You can do any of these creatively. You can do any of these using other forms of real estate, but these are the three main buckets. What's one of the benefits of wholesaling real estate without looking at that?
One of the benefits for me would be you can kind of create your own spread, really.
Create your own spread. Now, what does that spread allow you to do?
Profit.
Make a profit. Do you have to wait a long time for that profit? You have to invest a lot of money up front? Do you need any of your own money to do it? Technically, no, you don't. You don't. If you don't invest the money, what do you have to invest in order to be able to find the deals? Time. Right? So you got time and you got money. You're going to sacrifice one of those things in order to build your business. Period. There's no way around it. Right? But you don't need the money to put into a house. For example, you could buy a house with no money out of pocket, but you might spend $1,000 to find a deal. Make sense? If you don't spend $1,000, you're probably going to be driving around, which is going to cost you money too. Gas or time. Time is money, right? What's up? Oh. What's up, Mike? All right, so look, you can get large lump sums of money from wholesaling. There's a ton of benefits to it. You could, build up some money to be able to do other things with it. With buy and hold, you get consistent money. So think about it like this. It's like hitting the lottery every month, right? If I own say you bring in $20,000 a month and you spend $20,000 a month, come the first of the month, you got another $20,000. So that's why I say it's like a lottery every single month, but you don't have to get lucky to get it. You just work for it. If you're actively doing deals, what type of questions are you asking sellers in order to qualify as seller? You're gonna ask if you're motivated?
If they're motivated.
If they're motivated? That's a real direct question. So why are you selling? It would be good. If you want to find out the motivation, right? How quickly do you want to sell? What's some other stuff? What's up?
I would say like
Boom.
what value that property has as far as like any updates. Maybe
When the last time the property was updated. So you want to, what I like to do is ask open-ended questions, right? So tell me a little bit about the property. When you ask, that's an open-ended question. When you ask something like that, people are going to talk, right? You get them talking, you find out more about the property. I'm really focused on if I'm wholesaling, I'm focused on 4 questions wrapped around a conversation. If I'm doing creative deals, which is always the end goal, I'm focused on 6 questions. But there's one question that will allow you to do more creative deals. And that's what I want to focus on, right? So open-ended questions, asking price. When was the last time the property was updated? You know, when was this updated? When was that updated? When I ask the price, I always follow up with another way of asking the price, which is, so I might say, how much I know you weren't expecting me to give you a call today, or I know you weren't expecting to receive a postcard this week. You probably didn't wake up this morning thinking about selling your house. But if you were to sell right now, how much would you sell it for? And then I'll follow up with, all right, so if I had a bag of cash and I came to you and I dropped it on your table, how much needs to be in that bag for us to close this right now? So it's asking the same question in 2 different ways, but one question, the second question, is gonna, 9 times out of 10, they're gonna drop the price on the second question. If I asked you how much you're selling the house for, and you told me 200,000, and I say, is that really the best you can do?
Well, I could probably go down by like $5,000.
You're thinking about it, that's the point. Now, how you ask a question is important as well, right? So I just said, how much are you selling the house for?
200,000.
I understand, 200,000. Is that really the best you can do? So it's how I asked the question, made him think about it, and now he's thinking about dropping the price. I didn't ask him for a discount. I asked him, is that the best he can do? So how much do you want for the house? What's the best you can do? Somebody said, how quickly are you looking to close? Was that you? Right? How quickly are you looking to get out of the house? Or are you planning on moving? Where are you planning on moving to? How quickly do you need to be in that place? That's asking the same question in a different way. You understand? So when it comes to the mortgage stuff, a lot of people, they get backlash because of how they ask the question. Is there a mortgage on the property? How many people ask it like that? Right? A lot of times, especially today in Charlotte, a lot of people are going to have mortgages on properties. So rather than asking, is there a mortgage on the property, you might say, is there a mortgage that I need to pay off? So now it's the same way, you're asking the same question in a different way. Is there a mortgage that I need to pay off? I'm not directly asking you if there's a mortgage on the property. I'm asking you, how much of it do I need to pay off? And now your defenses go down. So how you ask questions is going to bring down the guard. And then another question, would you take your profit in the form of payments over time? So what am I asking for right there? Or subject to is another form of, I'm asking for a creative deal. I bought this house for $55,000. The seller was behind on the mortgage like $5,000 or whatever it was at that time. Her mortgage was $435 a month. I ended up contracting the property and closed on it subject to. We resold it for $80,000 as is. It needed a lot of work. We put $12,000 in our pockets up front, which from that $12,000, I basically took $5,000 and I paid the back the backed up mortgage, and we put $7 grand in our pockets, net. We rent it right now. We still own it. It's $1,000 a month. We're making about $565 a month. The tenant, the person that lives there right now, they bought it on a lease purchase, but they're paying the taxes and insurance as well, in addition to the $1,000 a month that we're charging them. On the back end, we'll end up making about 20 grand once it's all said and done. But if you look at the before and after picture, you have, this one was from like 3 years ago, and this one is today. The tenant put all that money into the property. So if they don't close the deal, I got an improved property. And the house is worth like $150,000 more because of the pandemic. So I can hope that they don't close it. I really want them to close it. But if they don't, I just made $150,000 extra or $130,000 extra. So we're making money on this house every single month right now. Actually, the profit is going to be close to 48 grand, 47,000. Next slide. Here's another one I just closed on not so long ago. This one is in Florida. Never even been to this house. Never even been to the market. But you can do this stuff virtually as well, right? So I bought this one for $97,000. I bought this through a referral. Now this is a tenant. This was somebody that actually knew. It was a referral. $97,000 price point. I offered them $3,000 down. I resold the property for 125 grand. We collected, I think it was like 7 grand up front. And I gave him, from the 7 grand, I gave him 3,000. And I put 4,000 in my pocket. How much money did it cost me to do that deal? Nothing, right? So then I cash flowed $250 a month for about 28 months. And we ended up profiting on the back end about 18, or total profit on it is about 18 grand, but we collected a $12,000 check for not having anything into the property at all, right? So you can do these deals virtually as well. Anything that's gonna bring in continuous revenue, I'm trying to get into group homes right now too. So stuff like that, that's gonna bring in multiple streams of revenue, that's what I'm getting into. All right, bro. Yardi, thank you, bro. What's up, man?
Hey, I just wanted to say I'm a big fan. I've been following you for a while. You're the reason why I put a gym in my garage. I watched your video. You put a gym in your garage. I was like, man, we need to put a gym in the garage.
That's right.
To the gym.
That's right, man.
So that's why I said one day I'm gonna be on your podcast and we're gonna compare arms together.
And I don't own nothing. The business, the trust owns everything all the time. I control it through my businesses. And then my family, my kids, my wife and kids control it too with me. So we equal partners on every business that we set up. You understand what I mean? So if something happened to me, my wife and my kids have everything. You understand what I'm saying?
Once again, tell your attorney.
Thank you. Use an attorney.
Hey, listen.
Use it.
And tell your attorney.
Forget about what I did
to do.
Thank you.
Hey, I don't want to be traced.
Make sure your attorney. I can hook you up with a good attorney. Hit me up on IG. I'll love. He's not cheap. He's gonna run you a couple grand, but it's gonna be worth it. All right, everybody. So we are back in Greensboro, back at Rondell's studio. We had a fun and interesting day. So first thing that happened, we went to the wrong place. You saw that. We had a great crowd. You know, I met a lot of interesting people today. Some people actually knew who I was. So if you were following me and you were at this event, shout out to you. I try my best to provide the best value that I could. I hope that you learned something new. We talked about creative finance, and then after the event, we had a little networking session, which, you know, that's where I had a chance to meet everybody. So I thought it was pretty cool. I love public speaking. I love doing events, and I love helping other people go from where they are to where they want to go through real estate investing. With that being said, if you found value from this video, be sure to like this video, subscribe to this channel, click the notification bell, and I look forward to seeing y'all on the next one. Take care.